Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. Today I wanted to tell you guys about a new project I got. I was gonna say exciting, but it seemed exciting at first, and until now it's just been kind of a struggle, but we'll see see how it goes today. But I don't know if you guys noticed in the first plow video. It's called We Were Scrambling and State of My Union. You could go back to that video, and when I'm putting the plow on my truck, you might be able to see in the background my 58 Chevy Apache pickup truck. And I'm gonna try to show you on here. That's the truck, and it's not in real great shape, so it's a perfect candidate to do something kind of custom and something that I've thought about. I always thought about doing that truck up so that it was a reliable driver, and putting a newer style engine transmission in it, and having it ride nice, being able to just jump in it and hit the key and drive somewhere and not worry about something breaking and not being able to get parts at a parts store. So after the holidays, I started looking at newer pickup trucks like 2000 and later with a 5.3 in them. And I found a couple trucks, and just at the time was still busy with my health issues, and didn't want to drive too far away from town to look, because a lot of times on something like that you're either dedicated to buying it or you're gonna kind of waste a trip, and I just didn't have the time or the money to spend on fuel to waste a trip. So I had this 05 Tahoe come up as a local sale, and I kind of just decided that I was going to buy it, whether or not it was going to work for this build, just because it was a good deal, or seemed like a good deal. And so I went and looked at it, and the girl was real nice and struck a deal with her, and the wheelbase is actually within a couple inches of the Apache, so I think it will go together just fine, because on some of those old trucks you'll notice that the wheel wells are so big that the wheels sometimes seem like they're too far back, and I think this is maybe 2 inches longer wheelbase, so I think it's going to work out. So it didn't run. I did get it cranking over. She had just put a fuel pump in it. She said she spent $400 on a fuel pump, and then ran for a couple weeks, and then it quit again, and then she just gave up because she didn't have the money. Then the battery cables is corroded, so I cleaned it with my terminal cleaner, but then I saw online about soaking it in vinegar to get rid of the corrosion, so just letting that soak for a little bit. So, oh my god, I hate to even show you I hate to even show you what this looks like in here, but to do the fuel pump, the body is it looks nice, but the body's shot. The rockers are completely gone. The driver's floor pan is shot. It's got these covers on it that just kind of make it look nice, and the body's shot back here. So far so good on the frame, which is the most important part, because I'm just gonna take this body off and most likely, sell the doors and sell the hatch and sell whatever I can, but just scrap the body. So I want to show you I want to show you what they did to put a fuel pump in this, and this is ugly. Not only that, but this mess of wiring. So they cut a hole in here to put the fuel pump in, they didn't even secure the ring to hold the sending unit back in there, so that was just kind of not even secured in there. I don't even know how they drove it. Like, and the girl had 3 kids. It's like, my God, this thing was just a ticking time bomb. And then this mess was under the driver's seat for the. It's got strobe lights in it. It must have been before she bought it. It must have been a volunteer fireman or something that had it. So now I gotta. Well, I just unhooked the power from it just to make sure that that wasn't doing any kind of weird things. And then so right in front of the tank, where this fuel line that's been up in the air, where this fuel line goes, the fuel line was rotted off by the quick connect, and the quick connect was all screwed up. So I fixed that. I turned the key on, tried to crank it, and it was leaking fuel back here. So with this 90-degree repair, I put another, just because that's what I had, I just put that on there, and that sealed that leak. So then I knew I had fuel, and I could hear it pumping. And so then I pulled the spark plug out, and the spark plug had fuel in it, so I knew that it was getting fuel. I did check for spark, and there was no spark. So then I'm thinking, well, it's got to be electrical. With all this other crap on there, it must be electrical. So it had a remote start on it, an old aftermarket remote start, and it was all scotch locked in there. And so I pulled that off. So when I pulled that off, then I got the some more of the idiot lights and telltale lights to come on, and then the heater and the radio came on, but there was still no spark. So then I started doing some research online, and these trucks are known for a bad ground, where the ground goes down to the engine block. The main ground from the battery goes down behind the power steering pump to the engine block, and then the ground from the engine harness comes down there and hooks onto that same bolt. And as I was pulling that bolt out, you could just barely even get to it. As I was pulling that bolt out, I see the engine harness ground moving, and when I reached in there and wiggled it to see if it was loose, it fell off. And then there's another ground that comes off of the battery and goes to the chassis, and that one is corroded too. And there's another one on the firewall that's corroded. So hopefully I can clean that up today and get it running. And I just want to make sure that this thing runs and drives before I start planning on doing a transplant at all. So yeah, so I thought that was it's going to be a neat project. It's going to be fun to I've had that Apache for man, I don't know, 10, 12 years at least. I think my uncle gave it to my dad, and then my dad gave it to me, and I had always dreamed about just throwing a 350 and a transmission in it and getting it running, but it was just rough enough where it just needed everything. So if this runs and drives, or if it doesn't, I'll try to find another one. But I'm going to use as much of the factory stuff as I can. Like, I want to keep the air conditioning. I want to use the steering wheel and the column. I'm going to try to use the gauges. I don't know how well they're going to fit in there. For now, I think I'm just going to use the factory engine harness and all that, because I don't want to get a bunch of money sunk into a modern, or not a modern, but like a retrofit harness to just simplify things. I want to use as much of that as I can. So I kind of moved everything around in the garage to get some room to work on this. I got this four-wheeler that I bought. I'm trying to fix that up to sell it. That still needs a few things. Working on that gold wing for a guy. I got the 57 outside. Let me see if I can show you a cool picture. So I had that. I know the GoPro doesn't like to focus up close. So I had the car out the other day when I was rearranging my garage, and right at sunset, the photos came out really good. So I got that covered up there. I really don't. Well, of course I don't want anything to happen to it, but it's. I need to get a car cover. That car cover that's on it is off of a Chevelle, and you would think that it would fit a little bit better than that, but I guess it's just the fins on the back that take up so much room. But I have to get a car cover, and then I have to get a regular cover for this trike instead of the blankets, but that's just for now. So hopefully I can get this four-wheeler running by the time I start tearing this Tahoe apart, because I'm going to have room to take this thing apart, and I'll have to get a cover coming for that car, keep that protected. But yeah, so this should be interesting. I know if you look on YouTube, there's guys that have used Tahoes and put them under like pretty much same truck, same as what I'm building, and so hopefully I can get this thing running. I will get these grounds cleaned up, and then I will get you guys back and hopefully get this thing running, and then show you guys, maybe be able to drive it a little bit. I'm actually thinking that these tires aren't that bad, so I'm thinking that if I have somebody sandblast the frame, or if I clean and sandblast the frame after it's running and all that, and if it's going to work, that just to stay on a budget build, I might just sandblast these wheels and paint them black for this year. Even try to find a neat way to mask off something on that design to break it up just a little bit. But even all black would look good, but the tires are going to be decent. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Comment down below if you know of anybody that's done this. I know a lot of guys use S10 chassis on the older, smaller body pickups, like the 40s and early 50s. But yeah, comment down below what you think about the project here, and we'll get back to you in a little bit and see if we get this thing running. Okay, thanks. Okay, well, this is it. Fix the grounds that I think were the issue, and see if it starts. It's running. Well, it hasn't run in a long time, so hopefully the lifters pump up and that noise goes away. Because it's got good oil. Yeah. it's ticking like I just sent you a video. It's ticking. I think it's just lifters though. I'm gonna check the oil again, but oh man, I oh man, I'm so happy. I took so much time cleaning up all those wires and connections and soaking the end of that ground in vinegar to dissolve all that corrosion, and I even set the camera up here in front of it, and I said, hey everybody. Well, it runs good, and what I did was I added some Marvel Mystery Oil to the oil. I had to top off the oil a little bit, and I added some Lucas oil stabilizer also. And just after it ran a little bit, it started smoothing right up. It had set for a while, and so I don't know if it was a lifter sticking, or it could have been some of it on the belt drive too. I know the belt drive can make the serpentine belt can make noise like that too, because the pulleys were all rusty and nasty, and the belt is shot too. So, but yeah, I took it for a little drive. It shifts good. It does need a shifter cable or some. I think it's just the shifter cable is shot from 200 and some thousand miles. It's a little hard to shift it and get it in gear, but man, the thing goes down the road great. It rides nice, runs good, shifts good. It feels like it's got decent power. So besides just cleaning up a few oil leaks on it, I don't know if I'm really going to do anything to the engine right now. I'd love to put a cam in it and put a tuner on it and all that, and well, as far as that goes, I'd love to put a supercharger on it, but I don't have the money for that. I wouldn't even want to put a turbo or anything on it because I'd be afraid to blow it up. But yeah, I'm happy for what it started to look like there. I was a little concerned that maybe the ECM or PCM was bad or something like that, but it was just a bad ground. So I'll start it up and let you guys listen to it now. Starts up nice, got good oil pressure. It looks like it's charging. It didn't overheat. I think the gas gauge works. The only thing I didn't try was four-wheel drive, but I'm not really worried about that. But I mean, the power steering works great. I mean, these things ride so nice. It goes down the road. I told my dad, can you imagine a 58 Chevy that rode and drove this nice? You just want to drive it everywhere. And these seats are really rough, but they're power seats and they're heated, and it's got the power adjustable pedals. So I'm gonna try to use as much of this stuff as I can, and maybe just put fix the foam and put black covers on these seats, and maybe reuse those in the truck. And maybe because that's nice too, because it's got the seat belt in there. Maybe either cut these down. I don't want to get rid of them altogether, but I might cut them down to the level of the seat belt thing here. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna try. It's gonna be an interesting project, and see how I can cut this firewall and everything down and get that 58 sitting on here. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But look at how smooth that thing runs and how quiet that is. I mean, that's amazing for what it sounded like before. But yeah, I am really happy. And so now let me shut this thing off. So now I'm going to try to figure out a game plan as far as what the next step is. You know, do I do anything else while it's together? I don't know. I guess I'll just start parting it out. Start tearing the front end and the sheet metal off, and I'll start putting the parts up for sale. And my dad had a good idea. It would be nice if somebody had a wrecked Tahoe and they were trying to find a roof for it, because the you know, that piece of the roof would be nice for somebody that was trying to fix up a rollover or a wreck or something. But I probably won't get too carried away with scrapping the body. I'll probably just maybe put it on the trailer, or hoist it out of here with the tractor and just hang on to it for a little while. But it's gonna take a while to get to that point, because I'll have to get all this sheet metal and everything off of here, and the doors and everything, and get some measurements off of the 58 and figure out how to start attacking this thing and cutting this firewall down. So well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know my my reaction to this thing starting was genuine, because I have never heard this thing run. I just bought it last week. She said it was a good runner. They put a $400 fuel pump in it, and it ran for a while, and then it quit again. And it does have a ton of miles, but man, the thing runs good. And but it's hard to say. You know, somebody might have done something to this engine before. Maybe they did lifters in it, or an oil pump or something like that. So yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be an interesting project, and hope everybody liked the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, click subscribe, share the video with your friends. Keep my small channel growing, and leave me a comment about what you think about this project, and if you know of anybody that's done something like this before. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.